on the Route 4 highway between Ashdod and the Gaza border. And then these pictures show the aftermath of that same gunfight. Again, I must warn you, they are distressing. So we have blurred these images, believed to be bodies of an Israeli family waiting to be taken to be identified and laid to rest. Now, we've also received footage of people in Gaza scrambling for cover during an Israeli missile strike. Take a look. So this is a residential neighbourhood in northwest Gaza. BBC Verify have matched the building's position with satellite images to the northern side of Sheikh Zayed Square mosque area. Now, here's another Israeli strike. This time, the target was Gaza's National Bank. Bank exploding after being struck by that Israeli missile. Now, then there was a moment, this was filmed right next to the BBC broadcast position in Gaza. So that was Saturday, and as you can see, right next to the BBC broadcast position there. Also, a video has been released by the Palestinian militant group Hamas storming the Erez military site north of the Gaza Strip. This is the Al-Qassam Brigade, the military wing of Hamas. This is crossing between Israel and Gaza. Again, this was Saturday morning. And as we've been reporting, many people were at an outdoor music festival in the desert, not far from the Gaza border, when militants opened fire. Here is the aftermath of that festival. Long road there, parked cars abandoned or destroyed. Eyewitness said people tried to escape in their cars, but were unable to due to the gunfire. Well, earlier my colleague Mariam spoke to Orly Goldsmith, the spokeswoman from the Israeli embassy in London. She asked her why Israel thinks the continuous bombing might stop Hamas and change things this time.
We are dealing with a terrorist organization that doesn't care about their own civilians. They just want to destroy Israelis.
Absolutely correct. The Israelis left the Gaza Strip, but Gazans are not in control of their air borders. They're not in control of their sea borders. They're not in control of what goes in and goes out of the Gaza city.
We just want to bring you some breaking news from Afghanistan. Emergency teams there are racing to try and rescue people still buried in the rubble from that powerful earthquake you may remember. It hits the west of the country. 6.3 magnitude earthquake has hit villages in Herat province on Saturday, and unfortunately we have an update on some of the numbers of those people impacted by this. 1,023 people killed so far. 1,663 people injured, 500 people missing. In terms of number of people impacted overall, we're up to 11,500. These numbers, unfortunately, set to rise as well as more information comes through. But this is the latest numbers we're getting from the United Nations after that 6.3 magnitude earthquake in Afghanistan on Saturday, yesterday. The latest numbers, over 1,000 people killed, over 1,000 people injured, 500 still missing. And they are expecting, unfortunately, those numbers to continue to rise. Take Rushdie off air at that moment for safety reasons. I want to say right now that he has since confirmed that he is safe, but this just gives you some idea of the situation in Gaza City. Let's take a look.
When I drove this morning...
That sounds like it was quite close to you, Rushdie. Rushdie, can you hear me? Are you okay?
That sounds quite close, yeah?
That sounded very close.
Yes,
that sounded very close.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Do you need to go, or are you okay to stay?
That was very close, yeah.
Rushdie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Are you okay to stay where you are, or would you like to move?
We don't know what's... No, I think we should move.
And he did move after that, and as I said, confirmed that he is safe. But we can show you live pictures of Gaza City now. There are still live camera positions there as the light clearly has faded a good couple of hours ago. There is electricity, as you can see, and that scene right now from that particular angle is calm. In the last couple of hours, there have been the occasional flash of orange. But right now, things are calm. We are keeping across those pictures, of course, continually through the night. Now, a short while ago, I spoke to Jason Lee, who is country director at Save the Children Palestine. He told me about the humanitarian aid mission that they're delivering.
To get water, to get the medicines and medical care that they need, but also to enable humanitarians like us to deliver assistance and to ensure the safety of civilians.
Thanks to Jason Lee speaking to me just a little earlier.
Which is a militant group, but a very powerful militant group, has a huge arsenal at its disposal. It has some very sophisticated long-range weapons which can strike much further than just Israel's northern border, but deep inside Israel. So there is a warning that came with the attack today that this was an act of solidarity with the Palestinian people, Hezbollah said, and the Palestinian resistance. And later in the day we heard from a senior Hezbollah official who said that the group would not remain neutral in this conflict, and he gave a warning to the United States and to Israel to stop. He said that if they continued to escalate this conflict, then it could end up involving the entire region. And of course, that is a very real concern, a very real threat, but it doesn't seem that we saw an attempt at that here today. Of course, it's worth remembering that while Hezbollah is a powerful militant group here in Lebanon, it is not Lebanon. It does not represent all of Lebanon. And this is a country which is still in chaos, which is still suffering from an economic crisis, where there is huge unemployment, there isn't a president, there is a political gridlock. This is a country that's suffered a series of crises and can't face another.
Thanks to Quentin for that. Now, it has, of course, been a fast-moving